Hello, my name is Malcolm Bassett, and these are the assignments that I was assigned to in Jira. First, we have do the lighting pass. This one was not completed, as this was going to be the last day that we were to do in the assignment, and since the assignment wasn't completely completed, I never got the chance to do the lighting pass. Splash screen. This one was completed. My next assignment was volume variable. Although this one was completed, it did not work as intended and ran into errors where it does not work properly in the game build. So there's a possibility that this will have to be completely redone. Check distance from enemy player. This was implemented but didn't make it into the final build. My next one was decreased when damage was taken. This was for the health bar. This was completed and works as intended. Played death animation when health equals 0. This was completed. However, I do plan on changing a few things later on in the future. Change available enemy types depending on level location. Currently, we do not have a level where we would have more than one enemy type at the moment. So this was not complete. Increase resource number on player interaction. This one was completed, but then it got undone. So this one has to be redone. Start game button on main menu. This one was completed. Exit button on main menu. This one was also completed. Next one is settings menu and main menu, which leads to the volume. So the settings button does work as intended. Increase value when running input is out of use. This was completed. This was for stamina. So when the player runs out of stamina, it refills after it hits 0. Decrease value while running. This was also completed. Locate avatar energy widget. This was also completed. To be able to do these two to decrease the value and increase the value. Decrease value on damage. This was for the health bar, so when the player takes damage, the health bar does decrease. Locate avatar health widget. This one was also completed. Get player avatar stats. This was to show the UI in the corner. This was completed. Display information on the screen for this and that. So this was also completed. Change values based on player action, interaction, or damage. This was pretty much all the UI, and currently only the health and the stamina were completed. The shield, however, is currently incomplete. So this one is not completely finished. Allow mouse movement while in the menu. This one, despite it's currently into do, this one was actually finished. Stop all game activity. Looks like a few of these. This one, because this one was also complete, and input pause was also complete, but it seems like these were forgotten. So I don't know. I don't know if I should change those or not. So I guess I'll leave those alone for now, for the sake of this video. Camera zoom is limited near walls and floors to prevent clipping. This was also done. I'm not sure if it works completely as intended, as it still has a few errors, but it was completed. but I may change a few things in the future. Camera is able to rotate around the player with the mouse input. This was also completed. Camera is set to the player's head. This was completed as well. Movement force based on character's vertical location. This was also completed. UI representation was also completed. Health component for when I take damage. This was also completed. Boss gameplay states. This was not completed. Currently, there is no boss in the game. This was not added due to currently only being 2 areas. If the player's health equals 0, play death animation. This was also added. Pop-up menu after death, after the animation completes. This was also completed. Add a respawn widget button on the death menu. This was completed. Respawn player at last safe checkpoint. This one has a working stand-in, but it is not completed. Therefore, it is still in to-do list. This one has, as no checkpoints have been made currently. As the player, I have a health limit that must be depleted for me. To be considered dead, I cannot regain my health passively once I lose it, which you have the dependencies of the player avatar. The completion criteria is locate avatar health widget, decrease values on damage. Both of these were done, so this one is done. As the player camera, I should be in the eyes of the player avatar, represented as a first-person view. This was completed, and the dependencies are player avatar. The completion criteria is set camera to player's head. The camera is able to rotate around the player with mouse input. The camera zoom is limited near walls and floors to prevent clipping. And this is currently everything that is both done or still needs to be done. And now I will demonstrate everything in gameplay. Hello, this is the recording of our gameplay. Here we have the splash screen and our title screen. First, I'm going to go over the different ones. We have the new game button. I'm not going to press that yet. We have the options button, which sends you into the volume, which you can move the slider if need be. This currently does not work as intended, as it resets after you leave, so this needs to be fixed. We have the credits, which shows everything that we've used to in-game, such as sound. And then we have the quit button, which I'll show that later, but first we're going to start a new game. Okay, first we're going to go over what currently works. So we have movement. You can move the camera around. You can sprint. As you can see in the corner, the green bar, when you sprint, the stamina goes down. If I sprint for a while, I will lose the ability to sprint once it hits 0. So right now I'm moving pretty fast, and then I slow down. And then we have the health bar, which if the player takes damage, it goes down. If it hits 0, it'll slow down and send you into the depth screen, which you can either go into the main menu or you can hit re-upload to restart the load. So we're going to hit re-upload, and then we're back in the game. And if I move forward, it has a sound cue and it will start playing music. So right here we have a collectible. This is a scrap. which shows up the total in the corner. Later on, we'll have a way for you to constantly check. Currently, we have a placeholder. You press tab, used to show in the corner. However, that was removed and has to be redone. And then we have enemy types. If you defeat an enemy type, they will actually drop scrap. So you can pick these up. And you use mouse button to fire. And here we have to climb up here. And this is where we get our second mechanic, which is double jumping. And if something is particularly far, when the character jumps, they can dash. They can dash in there and make it across bigger grabs. So first we get up here. Pick up scrap, you just walk up and press E, and it will add to your total scrap at the top. Seems like that one's invincible. And we have here, and then we move into the next area through here. And this is the end area, and I can show around. It will also get a sound cue. And we have a few NPC placeholders right here and right here. This is a hub area. This is where the player will be coming back to for the majority of the game. To demonstrate how the death works, if the player dies in this area and we hit re-upload, they will respawn back here. And now I'm going to go into the menu functionality, which we have the tab button, which shows up what will be the inventory. And then we have pause. Pause. You can also go into the options, which you can use the volume changer. You can hit resume, and it will resume game. Or we can hit main menu, and we're going to hit main menu. And it'll ask, are you sure? If you hit no, it'll send you back to this menu. But if we hit yes, it'll send us back to the main menu. And with that, that is our game, and to exit out the game, we simply hit quit. And that is our game. Thank you for watching.